Hi guys, it is day 34 of the book Advent Challenge type thing, and I don't want to get too much into the spiel. By this time, if you've been watching all 30 some odd days, you know what goes on. These came from my cousin Terry. The description box will tell you all you need to know, and her links to her YouTube channel if you'd like to follow her. And this time I'm showing the cameraman first, so I gotta start it. I hope I don't have it upside down because I'm really good at doing that so many times. The Boxcar Children. I read some of these growing up. It's been obviously a very long time. Aww. The Boxcar Children by Gertrude, I can't say names now.
Gertrude.
Chandler Warner. Aww. One warm night, 4 children stood in front of a bakery. No one knew them. No one knew where they had come from. But yeah, I remember reading some of these as a kid, so this is definitely a nostalgia type book. And let's see. First off, this book, this story, originally came out in 1942. The last or the most recent copyright, probably for this edition, was 1977. But still, it's amazing to think that a story from the 1940s can still be relevant today. It's about these orphans. Their names are Henry, Jesse, Violet, and Benny. And can they find a home where they can stay together as a family? They end up going on this journey where they leave this one place where they were at because they're orphans. They end up finding, as you can guess, a boxcar, and they decide to kind of live there. And the oldest, Henry, goes out and tries to work to make money, and they try to make the boxcar home, and they really do their best at doing it. It's really kind of interesting to see how they kind of pull together to make it a home. I feel like they got along way too nicely for siblings, though. Like, you would really think there'd be more grr. There wasn't a lot of grr between them. It was, they all kind of got along, they all kind of figured out what their part was, and in the meantime they start to realize that they may have a relative they don't realize. They realize the relative, but they feel he is a bad guy. And as you read through the story, you find out that they come to realize that maybe he's not as bad as it seems. And so overall, I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It came from the Salvation Army, and again, it's a quick read. It was only like 151 pages. I think I read this in one night. It's really cute for kids to just kind of show how, like, you can band together for the common good of your small little family. And I know in the back it does show other pictures. There was plenty of other ones. And it was just kind of interesting to see how they came across this boxcar and, like I said, turned it into a home, found things at a junkyard to make it more homey, and how, like I said, the older son went out to work, and eventually the younger kids went with him one time to earn money so they could buy food and everything. So it's definitely one of those kind of stories maybe to read to a kid to get them to almost appreciate what they have now versus some kids that don't. The kids that are orphans, the kids that are struggling, and how they kind of can be resilient to that. So if you get a chance and you have never read The Boxcar Children, even as old as me, I know I'm in my 40s, I found it a fun read, and if I ever come across other ones, if I go to like a thrift store and that, I might grab them just for some bit of nostalgia, because I do feel like I read, and I may have mentioned this already, I might have read these when I was younger, or at least one of them when I was younger. So again, give it a read if you find it, and if you have a chance, make sure you check out the description box. There's links to my social media and to Terry's, who put together this whole thing.